Hello students, today we are going to learn the next topic, the joints and unconformity. What do you mean by joints, its types? We'll be going to see in the upcoming slides and also about the unconformity. Coming to joints, these joints are nothing but the fractures which are found in all type of rocks. These are very natural. They are cracks or sometimes openings which are mainly formed due to the various reasons. Naturally also, the presence of joints will divide the rock into number of parts or sometimes the blocks. In simple terms, we can also tell that through the joints may be described as mere cracks in the rocks, which they differ mutually. Okay, joints like cleavages of minerals occur oriented in a definite direction and also as a set. I repeat, joints like cleavages of minerals occur oriented in a definite direction and also as a set. So this is how the joints will look like. This is a bed contained joints. This is through going joints. They're going. They also will grow. Okay. This is a bed contained and also through going joints with different orientations. Both are at one. This is a bed contained and through going joints with a similar orientation. Here they are not similar. Here they are similar. This is how it looks practically. See, this is the example. You can see these are the natural joints. It is not man-made. Coming to the effects of joints, it is very important for us to know the effects of the joints. From the civil engineering point of view, joints are also very important because they split the rock into number of pieces, which also in turn reduce the competence or the strength of the rock mass, where it increases the porosity and permeability and also make them susceptible to quick decay and weathering, which is not at all desirable. It also increases the porosity and permeability and make them susceptible. Them means rocks, okay, to quick decay and also weathering because the strength is decreased due to this activity, okay. Also, there are a few advantages that accompany joints are the occurrence increases the groundwater potential in any place. What is one advantage? Their occurrence increases the groundwater potential, okay. Their occurrence increases the groundwater potential, okay, which is good. Groundwater potential in any place. See, this is how it looks. This is a tension joint, this is a dip joint, this is a strike joint, this is a oblique joint, and this is a maximum principal stress direction. These are all the different parts. Joints through they resemble the faults by appearing as fractures in rocks, and they are not as dangerous as faults. Okay, remember joints are not dangerous as faults, but they resembles like that. Joints are not dangerous as faults, but they resembles like that. Okay, this is so primarily because the region affected by joint are not liable to reoccurrence of joints in future, as it happens in faults. But in faults, it will again reappear. Reoccurrence of joints in future will not occur. Okay, reoccurrence of joints is not observed. Also, places where joints occur are not very unstable for foundation purpose. Okay, they are not that much unstable, not very unstable. Okay, like faults. Also, the area affected by the joints can be easily improved by the methods such as cement grouting or plugging. What are the methods? Improving methods? Cement grouting and plugging. We can increase the strength if we find any joint. Okay. Coming to the parts of the joint, they also are like faults, which will refer to the fracture in the rocks. But like faults, the inclined and vertical joints are also described by their attitude. However, in joints, the fracturing blocks are not named as footwall or hanging wall as we done in the faults. In joints, we are not going to see like footwall or hanging wall. In the earlier slide, we have seen tension joint, strike joint, oblique joint, and dip joint. These are the different types of joint. Coming to the unconformities, it is one of the common geological structure which is found in the rocks. Okay. Also, somewhat different from other structures like folds, faults, and joints. Here, the rocks are distorted, deformed, or dislocated at a particular place. See, this is how. This is angular unconformity with an angle. This is only disconformity. This is non-conformity. There is no conformity. So we also have to understand that when a sedimentary rocks are formed continuously or sometimes regularly, one after another, without any major break, then they are said to be conformable beds, and this phenomenon is called conformity. Okay, and this phenomenon is called the conformity. Here, what happens is all the beds belonging to comfortable or the conformable set shall possess the same strike direction, dip direction, and the dip amount. On the other hand, if a major break occurs in sedimentation in between two sets of conformable beds, it is called unconformity. Okay, the reverse. Let me repeat. On the other hand, if a major break occurs in sedimentation in between two sets of conformable beds, then it is called an unconformity. Okay, this is the thing you have to remember. Okay, the conformity and the contrast to that is unconformity. Please note the point. Thank you.